Hi Cancer, and welcome to your reading. Okay, and let's see. Who is in Cancer's corner? Who is in Cancer's corner? I don't know, Cancer. Your person might want to stay anonymous. Oh, damn. One moment while I get all these cards that flew out. Okay. Alright, now Cancer, you already know I don't like to see the cards before they are placed. Just bear with me one moment. There we go. Not it. Side note. Wait. This is what? Don't see it. Wait, main or side? Main or side? Side note. This is part. Thank you. This is not it. Where? Side note. And I can leave the rest. Okay. Now, as I've been saying for a while, Cancer, I'm not doing side messages until the beginning of August. And guess what? We are now in August. These down here are your side messages, but we're not going to get into that until after the main reading. That being said, let's get into this. You have the Ace of Wands, the King of Wands, the Eight of Chalices, the Nine of Chalices, and the Two of Pentacles. What's going on here? Because it seems like someone is indecisive. For the person that's in your corner, this is strange, the way it's coming off. I can't say for sure if they are someone who's currently in your life, but they are someone who gives you a new inspiration, new hope. You're thankful for their ingenuity. It's like they have the key word. Like, say for example, you have an idea for something, or if you're trying to take a next step in your own personal development or your career, but you don't know which way to go. You have a plan, but you're just missing a step, and you don't know what it is. This person that's in your corner, all they have to do is say or do one thing, and it gives you that aha moment where you realize what it is you're missing, or how to bridge the gap between where you are now and what it is you want to do. It's not something intentional on their part, but they have this way of thinking, they have this way of speaking, they have this way of doing things that you extrapolate information from. They may even be somebody that urges you to try something new. Have no problem with going back to the drawing board if your inspiration for something fizzled out and you have to start over with a new project. Now for what you see, you have the King of Wands. Male or female, doesn't matter, but they may be someone who's a leader in their own right. Someone that people adore, listen to, respect. It's weird. They have a lot to say, but it's a question of whether or not you're willing to hear them. Not willing, it's a question of whether you're able to hear them. So you know how the saying is there's a difference between hearing and listening? You can be listening to them, but are you hearing the deeper message behind their words? It's something sort of like that. Are you hearing the message? Are you hearing the message they're trying to give? But again, this is what you're seeing. So these actually may be questions you're asking yourself of if there's some deeper meaning to what it is they have to say. But that's when they're not talking directly to you. It's strange. Is this person a part of your life right now? Okay, for some of you, apparently not. Because you have the Eight of Chalices here. And I'm hearing, is it worth revisiting this connection? With the Eight of Chalices, like, what you don't see is that they're looking at what they currently have in front of them. They're devoting their time and attention to that. They refuse to turn around and pay attention to what they let go of. This comes across as they already went back to the drawing board. They went back to the drawing board. They started over. They're gaining new knowledge and insight in their own right and paying attention to something that's emotionally fulfilling. But again, this is what you don't see. So I don't know, Cancer, why are you trying to find the hidden meaning behind their words when you're listening to them speak? This person's over here doing whatever it is they want to fucking do. I'm trying to make sense of this. But it's not for me to make sense of this. I'm trying to remember that. Now, how this is affecting you, you have the Nine of Chalices. So yeah, this person that's in your corner, chances are they're not in your life right now. They may be someone who used to be in your life, but with how this reading is going, they cannot be someone who's presently in your life. Especially with the Nine of Chalices, you're ready to let this. I'm hearing you've been let this go. So why is this coming up for you? You've been let this go. You don't have a care in the world. Everything that's not for you is in the trash. It's weird. You know how when children get older and they have their childhood toys either kept in a safe space or on the shelf somewhere just out of reach, or it might even be out of eyesight? You're done with the past. You put it on a shelf. You buried it deep in the garage, but at the same time, there are moments when you look up at the shelf or when you're walking by that hidden space in the garage. It's like you sneak a glance at it. You don't pay it no mind, but you can't help but stop and stare. Just for a brief second. So did you let this go then? Let me see real quick. Because what exactly is Spirit trying to get at? It's kind of like someone, if you're looking back and let bygones be bygones, leave the past in the past. But somehow you can't help but wonder about revisiting this connection. So this is definitely someone, not so much as revisiting, but looking back on the connection at a whole, like where you started versus where you are now. And lastly, what you need to know moving forward, you have the Two of Pentacles. It's coming off as someone who's slightly distracted. You're focused on what you're doing. You're paying attention to the here and now. The way this is coming off, it's like there's something in it for you. And that's what's confusing. That's what's distracting. So let me go back just a little bit. Because there's no way this is somebody that's currently in your life, but for this to be what you see with the Queen of Wands, a leader in their own right, someone that's listened to, have a lot to say. But how the heck do you know that? How is this something that you're seeing? Either this is how you saw them before you two separated, or Cancer, you might be playing a little bit of I Spy to know that. Because this is somebody who's in your corner, but they're no longer in your life. And I say they may no longer in your life because of how the energy came out. Either this is how you saw them before you two separated, or you're playing I Spy. Especially with you hear what they're saying, but are you really listening? Like, are you hearing the deeper meaning behind their words? How the heck are you hearing the deeper meaning behind their words? Either you're looking back on things they said and picking it apart to see if there's some deeper meaning or some deeper truth that you overlooked, or you're playing I Spy. Whether you be watching videos and think something they say and it's about you or whatever the fuck, I don't know. I'm not gonna get into that. Cause for it to also be popping up here where you're distracted by what you could possibly gain. You may be weighing the pros and cons. Alright, you know what? In the words of Spirit, what do you want to say with the Two of Pentacles? You're weighing your options here, the good and the bad. You're slightly distracted by the noise that's going on around you, as well as what's going on inside your head. There's some benefits to bring this connection back together, but at the same time, you don't want to do that in respect to how things ended. Either way, what you remember about the connection, how you remember it, is pulling your focus and attention away from what you have in the here and now. Not entirely, it's just sometimes you have to redirect yourself to what it is you're doing or where you are in the present moment. Like, for example, if you feel your mind wandering onto what coulda, shoulda, woulda, or what has been, you catch yourself and redirect it back to the present moment as far as where your attention needs to be. But you're still weighing the pros and cons inside here and there. But for the briefest moment, I would say, now what do you have for your side message? You have the Five of Pentacles, Three of Wands, and the Three of Chalices. Now, this is either you or them, but it's more so with you. Yeah, this is you. In quiet moments, you feel abandoned, and other times betrayed, like you up and left. How can you turn on me like that? But at the same time, yeah, you feel abandoned, but you're not lost. You're finding your own path and your own new direction. You're mastering your skill set. Yeah, you're mastering your skill set, finding comfort and joy in things you can do, and celebrate your victories and success. For they are your victories and success. You're collaborating with the people around you and moving on to bigger and better things. You are sure but confused at the same time. Okay, no, not confused. You are sure but somewhat distracted at the same time. But you know what, overall, this is still a good reading for you. Because honestly, it could be worked for you if you're distracted and still if you have no fucking clue where to go. At least Cancer, whether this is the person that's currently, that used to be in your corner, or the person that you want to be in your corner. Because like I said, I don't believe this person is in your life anymore. Whether they're around or not, you are moving forward with your own life. And doing what you gotta do and taking care of your own shit. And apparently you're doing it well. But anyway, Cancer, this is the reading that I have for you. I do hope you enjoyed it and gained some insight from it. And if you did, please do hit the like and subscribe button, as there will be more videos to come. That being said, I shall catch you in the next one. Bye, Cancer.